What's up everyone, in this video I'm going to be doing a review on the T110E5, which is the American Tier 10 heavy tank. So, the T110E5 is probably my favourite out of the Tier 10 heavy tanks because it's an all-rounder. It's an all-rounder, so it's got good speed, it's got a great gun for Tier 10, it's the fastest firing out of the heavies, it's actually got good frontal armor, as we're going to see later. All those things come together and it just makes it my favourite Tier 10 heavy tank. So, moving on to the info, the T125's got 2,000 hit points, which is the second lowest out of the Tier 10 heavy tanks, obviously the lowest being the I7 at 1900. It's got 254mm of frontal armor, 76 at the sides and 38 at the rear, so, for the hull armor I mean. So that means that the hull armor is all focused at the front. So, it's all focused at the front. The sides and rear are just terrible. So try not to get into a situation where a Tier 10 tank destroyer can just fire HE at your rear, as it will shave off 1,000 of your hit points with a guaranteed penetration. So try to always face the frontally towards your enemy, and angle as well, as it will make it more effective. And the turret is 203mm at the front, 127 at the sides and 70 at the rear, so it's kind of the same thing with the turret as well. Most of the armor is focused at the front, there's some at the sides, but that's pretty much paper for Tier 10, and the rear is terrible. So the T110E5's obviously it doesn't have the good turret armor and the terrible hull armor that the Americans have, but that kind of ends at the M103, because the M103 also gets good hull armor and decent turret armor, unlike I think the T34 is one of those tanks, and the T29 as well, that has amazing frontal turret armor and very, very good gun depression, so it can use it in hold down tactics. And gun depression is really important in this game because there's at least one spawn every single map that you can use your gun depression on and go hold down. So the T125 also does have good gun depression. I think it's -8, I'm not sure. So it can also use hold down tactics as well. So that's really good. And moving on to the modules. So it comes elite as you buy it. So the gun is the M58, which is also the top gun on the M103, but just a bit better. So it's got 6 rounds a minute, which is absolutely amazing. So it's got a 10-second reload, 100% current. Just put that on with a rammer and vents, and that will probably go down to around 7-8 seconds, I think, and which is really good for a tank. So onto the gun. It's got 258mm of penetration, which is also very good for a Tier 10 heavy tank. It's got 340 with heat, which you can use if you really need it. Say like you're on low health against an E100 and you're face hugging, so you can just use heat through its turret. And it's got 60 HE penetration, so again it's enough to go through any American heavy tank that gives you their rear. And the average damage is 400 for AP, 400 for heat, and 515 for the rear. So not rear, HE. So, and the accuracy is also very good at 0.35, and it's got a very good aiming time as well. So all those combine to make an amazing gun with fast rate of fire. It's got good aiming time, it's got decent accuracy, it's got very good penetration as well. So that's probably one of the best things about the T125. So also the engine it's got 875 horsepower engine, and it can get set on fire a lot. So always carry like a fire extinguisher or a multi-purpose restoration kit. So and it's got 250mm view range as well. So I don't think it's not kind of, it's not amazing, but it's not bad either. And onto maneuverability, it weighs 53.76 tons. As we just said, it's got 875 horsepower engine, and it's got 37 kilometer speed limit, which is very good for its engine. So it can reach that top speed pretty easily, and it can keep to that top speed as well. It's got 25-degree traverse speed, which is also actually really good. Well, not really good, but it's not bad either. And the 20-degree turret traverse, which is okay. So yeah, that makes the T110E5 maneuverable with a great gun, which is accurate. It's got good rate of fire, it's got good penetration, and it can, yeah, it's got good top speed maneuverability wise. So that's why I think of it as an all-rounder, and it's one of my favourite Tier 10 heavy tanks. So onto like consumables. I go for the usual repair kit, multi-purpose restoration. So repair kit you can use for, like, say if your engine or something gets knocked out just for one module or something, or tracks get knocked out in a bad position, then you can just use your repair kit. Multi-purpose restoration kits for when you get set on fire most of the time, or your crew gets knocked out. So if all three happen, then it will repair all of them at once. And the good thing is you can use it multiple times throughout a battle, but it has a 60-second cooldown after you use it, so be careful of that and use it like when you need it or something. And then, you know, just the usual 10% to all crew skills and perks for a nation. So for the Americans, it's Case of Cola. So the 10% to all crew skills helps out with obviously accuracy, reload time, aim time, turning speed and mobility, and view range. So it's always nice to have that. And for equipment, I go for gun rammer, because you have to have a gun rammer on any tank that can fit it. I go for enhanced gun lane drive, just to make that aiming time even better than it already is. And then vents, because again, 5% to all crew plus 5% to all crew skills helps out with a lot of stuff. So that's what I recommend going for. You can also switch out the gun lane drive for a vertical stabilizer, because the tank is fast. It is got a good top speed, so on the move you can make it so they can hit more. Or yeah, so you can have either of these. Either are fine. So yeah, so if you are against this tank and you wanna know where to shoot it, if it's facing you frontally, then shoot the lower front plate, which is there. But if it's hull down, you have to shoot that tumor there. That's one of the biggest weak spots of the E5. And if it tries to side scrape as well, it's one of the problems with the E5. If you try to side scrape, like say you're coming out in this direction, you're reversing, the enemy will be able to see a tumor and just fire at it. Whereas if you side scrape from this direction, they won't be able to see your tumor as it's covered up from the building. So it's always try to side scrape in this position. Although I think the side armor can get overmatched anyway, because of something called the 3 caliber rule, which is basically where if you the sides are 76, so to be able to penetrate them when they're side scraping, you have to have 3 times the amount of caliber as the side armor. So I honestly can't be bothered to do the math right now, but say if it was 50 at the side, you'd need a 150mm gun at least to be able to go through the side when it's side scraping. So I don't think there's any gun in the game that can go through the E5 using the 3 caliber rule, so that's actually really good. So I think I've covered everything, so let's get into a game. So I'm on 4 in the E5, and it's actually a pretty balanced tier 10 game, I guess, because we've both got the same tier 10s. Mine's maneuverable, the i7's got more frontal armor, so it's got more alpha as well, and the E100 has a lot more armor. I don't know where the E100 is going, because the ideal position for a heavy is right here, where it can side scrape out, but obviously since I'm getting no support, I think I'll have to stay back. So I'll have to stay over here until anyone actually... See, as you can see, they're charging across, so now I'll have to back off a bit and just wait for them to advance, I guess. Or alternatively, I can just go across, put shots into them, but that means I can get overwhelmed and just wiped out. But that's probably what I'll do though, since those guys are distracted. They're shot into him fast though. Yeah, so now I need to get back because the enemy are pushing across. Hopefully I can track him. Yep, that was good. So I managed to track him, but unfortunately he had a repair kit. So there's a demonstration of the T110E5's very good accuracy. I was able to snipe that very small commander satch on the M103. So can I do it again? Or have I got a better shot? Yep, there's more display of the T110E5's really good accuracy. Oh, so this E100 looks like he has the stock 128mm gun, so he'll have more penetration but less damage, less alpha damage, so hopefully I can... He's got a faster rate of fire. Oh, he's not facing me though. I don't want to expose myself too much in case the E5 decides to shoot me, but I think I can charge him here. Since he's distracted. Alright, so we've won this side of the map, so now it's just cleaning up. So you can see the E5 is really fast reload there with all the crew skills and stuff I've put on. Alright, so did 3,136 damage, which is not bad, but it's not great either, so came second on damage and experience. The enemy team did get wiped out pretty quickly though, so I couldn't really get any more damage in, but still it was a pretty decent game. Final game of the T110E5, and it's on mines. So looking at the enemy team, they've got two more medium tanks than us, so the M48 is going to have a hard time trying to fight for the hill. So I'm going to head into a position where I can support him by shooting anyone on that tries to get onto the hill, and due to the T110E5's pretty quick speed, I can try to get early shots in on people that try to get onto the hill like that, but unfortunately it missed. So there's an M48 pattern there who's using the stock 105mm gun, so I don't really have to worry much about him trying to penetrate me, and I can just put a shot into him and get into position before the mediums are. But unfortunately I got shot by the T54, but I was lucky enough to bounce off my side. So now I'm just going to carry on shooting this M48, so I get the killing shot into him, and then this T54 tries to be cheeky and take another shot, but he backs up as soon as I reload. So now I'm just going to switch positions so that I can get a shot at that KV4. Hopefully he's exposing himself. Oh, a nice juicy shot at his turret. I'll take that any day. So yeah, that was a meaty shot. I like that. And now I'm looking at the T54 because he's exposing himself and he doesn't know I'm here. Well, he does know, but like, he doesn't see me. So that's what I was talking about, where you can just put shots into mediums on the hill. And he saw that he was getting shot at. He remembered where I was, so he backed off. And now I'm just waiting for this E75 that was there to try to go up on the hill and face the friendly E75, but he doesn't want to. So I decided to advance here because the 268 is most likely at that position near the 1 spawn, and he won't be able to see me because I'm in cover from these rocks. So I can just carry on shooting the E75 while he just tunnel visions on our IS-8 hunting for a kill. So I can try to put shots into him, but he manages to get out of our range, and soon he's set on fire and just killed. But oh, this T-54 just comes out of nowhere, and I can put one more shot into him. So now basically the T-54's dead. It's that 268 left, and he's been spotted. So time to go TD hunting, I guess. Oh, he just took a big hit there from my Jailbroke 100. Can I put a blind shot in? Yes, I can. So that's good accuracy as well. So our Jailbroke 100 unfortunately got taken out, but we can still finish him off because he put a massive hit into him. So I was spotted, so I'm going to carry on going forward into the cover of this rock so that he can't see me, and then keep advancing at him. So he just fired, so I know I'll be able to push up because he's got that was unlucky. I bounced. So now he knows that I was gonna go to his left, and I tried to juke him out by turning left, but the T110E5 hasn't got really that fast reverse speed, so he knew what I was gonna do and turned around, but we still managed to finish him off and get the win, so that's what mattered. So we got 1,500 experience, did 3,017 damage, which is pretty good considering the positions where I was. So yeah, it was a pretty good battle, I guess. No, it wasn't great. It was just average. So you can see I fired 12 shots, hit 10. And yeah, that was a good battle. Alright, so that was my review of the T110E5. I really hope I covered everything. It's basically one of my favourite Tier 10 heavies. It's a great all-rounder because it's got good frontal armour on both the hull and the turret, while the side and rear armour are pretty bad. It's also got an amazing gun with fast rate of fire, great aim time and good accuracy. So also, one more thing that people have been asking me is where I get gun sounds like this from. So you have to be jailbroken to get this mod, and I got it from a Russian moderator called M6MPS, who has his own YouTube channel and website. So I'll ask him if I can do an English version on how to install the mod, and hopefully I can get permission. So just stay tuned. So thanks for watching, and bye.